Welcome to all of you. Myself, Professor S.R. Chakni, Assistant Professor of Agronomy at Sadhguru College of Agriculture, Miresgaon. Today we will discuss about the lecture number 7, that is effects of drought on e-crop growth. In this lecture we have to discuss what are the different effects of continuous drought which takes place on the crop growth as well as the yield. In this figure here the maize crop is there, and in that maize crop, due to the continuous shortage of moisture or the stress condition, the crop is wilted or the wilting of crop takes place, and due to the wilting of the crop there is the drastic yield reduction may occur. Then we have to discuss various effect of the moisture stress on plant growth as well as the yield. In that first one we have to discuss the topic, that is the water relations. So water deficit alter the water surplus water status by its influence on the absorption, translocation as well as the transpiration. Again it result into the reduction in leaf water potential as well as the relative water content also. That means the moisture stress condition which causes or which affect mainly on the absorption of the water as well as the various nutrient from the soil. Then it affect on the translocation, that means various nutrient, plant nutrient as well as the water that is translocated from the one part to the other plant body, that can be also affected. Then it also affect on the transpiration process also. Then result into the reduction in the leaf water potential as well as the relative water content. Then it also result into the loss of turgor of the plant, which appears to be due to the rapid rise of the transpiration as a result of increase in the atmosphere dryness due to the loss of the turgor pressure in the plant, and due to that there is the rapid increase of the transpiration which is takes place, and due to the increase in the transpiration finally result into the dryness in the atmosphere. Then it also increases the leaf as well as the canopy temperature. If the moisture stress condition is there, in that condition it result into the increase in leaf temperature as well as the canopy temperature, and due to that it is increases up to the 8 degree over the ambient temperature, and due to that the continuous increase of the moisture stress condition as well as the temperature that resulted into the close down of the stomata, that means the stomata closing which is also increases. Then again it affect on the process of the photosynthesis, as the photosynthesis is reduced due to the reduction in the photosynthesis rate, then chlorophyll content, then area of leaf, and increase in the carbon assimilate saturation in the leaves. So mostly again the moisture stress condition greatly affect the process of the photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis process which is reduced due to the decrease in the photosynthetic rate as well as the content of the chlorophyll is also get reduced. Then again it reduces the area of the leaves, and the carbon assimilate in the leaves is also increases, and due to that totally it affect on the process of the photosynthesis. Then the moisture stress or the drought condition is also affect on the process of the respiration, as the respiration is increases with the increase in the mild stress. Again however as the water deficit becomes severe it decreases. Then if the water deficit is increases, then the respiration is get decreases. Then if the more severe drought, that lowers the water content as well as the respiration in the plant body. If the drought is very severe, in that it lower, that means it reduces the water content as well as the process of the respiration in the plant body. Then next one, that is the anatomical changes. So the various anatomical changes which are takes place into the plant body due to the moisture stress condition. In that decrease in the size of cells as well as the intercellular spaces which is takes place. Then thickening of the cell wall as well as the greater development of the mechanical tissue which is get affected due to the moisture stress condition. Then number of stomata are fixed for the known number of the epidermal cells, but the size of the cells are reduced without reduction in the number of stomata per unit number of the cells. Therefore, the stomata per unit leaf area tend to increase under the moisture stress condition. Then the free radicals. Then the moisture stress induces the oxidative damage to the release of free radicals. Then the activity of the superoxide dismutase and the catalyze the increase in response to the stress condition. Then it also affect on the hormonal relationship. Then the activity and the translocation of growth promoting hormones like the cytokinin, gibberellic acid as well as the indole acetic acid that decreases, and the growth of regulating hormones like the abscisic acid, then ethylene, betaine that can be takes place increases. Then the abscisic acid which act as a water deficit sensor to minimize the loss of tissue water potential. Then the next one, that is the ethylene, that is considered to be the cause for the leaf as well as the fruit drop in the stressed plant. Then next one, that is the betaine, that is the another hormone that is produced by the moisture stressed plants, and it is used as an indicator of the moisture stressed plant. So betaine, that is the hormone that is produced by the moisture stressed plant, and that is the indicator of the moisture stressed plant. Then next one, that is the metabolic reactions. Then severe water deficit that causes the decrease in the enzymatic activity. Then these effects are very selective. Then the amount of the enzymes involved in the hydrolysis which remain or increase, that resulted into the breakdown of the starch as well as then the accumulation of the sugars as well as the amino acids which are takes place under the moisture stress condition. That means there is the accumulation of sugar as well as the various amino acids which are occur under the moisture stress condition. Then the prolyl accumulation takes place. Then its accumulation is more in later stages of the plant, and which is considered as a good indicator of the moisture stress. Again, the important accumulation, that is the accumulation of the proline hormone that is takes place during the moisture stress condition, and that accumulation of proline which is considered as a good indicator of the moisture stressed plants. Then next one, it also affect on the nutrition of the plants also. So the moisture stress that affects the fixation, uptake as well as the assimilation of the nitrogen. Then the nitrogen fixation in leguminous plant which is reduced by the moisture stress due to the reduction in the leg hemoglobin in the nodules which is present on the root of the legume crop. Then the specific nodule activity, that is the number of nodules, there is a negative correlation between the specific nodule activity as well as the stomata resistance may takes place. So mostly in the leguminous plant, the nitrogen fixation which is affected due to the moisture stress condition, as it reduces the reduction in the leg hemoglobin which is present on the root nodules of the legume plant. Then the specific nodule activity and the number of nodule, in that the negative correlation which is takes place between the specific nodule activity as well as the stomata resistance in the plant. Then moisture stress also delays the nodal formation in the legume crop, but the number of bacteroids containing the cells are not get affected. Then it also affect on the delay in the nodal formation in the legume crop, but it doesn't affect on the bacteroids which are bacteroids containing cells. They are not affected due to the moisture stress condition. Then the nutrient uptake is the product of the nutrient content as well as the dry matter produced. Then the moisture stress may or may not reduces the nutrient content, but it also reduces the dry matter production considerably. Then that finally result into the nutrient uptake is get reduced. Then nitrogen assimilation is also affected by the moisture stress, mainly due to the reduction in the nitrate reductase activity. Then the nitrogen deficiency, that is also increases due to the stomata resistance. Then the phosphorus deficiency increases the sensitivity of most recently expanded leaves to moisture stress as well as the stomata which are closed, while there is the still sufficient turgor pressure which is present in the mesophyll cells of the plant. In this way, the moisture stress condition that affect on the nutrition of the crop. Then next one, it also affect on the growth of the various crop. Then generally the organ which are growing most rapidly at the time of the stress is mostly get affected due to the stress condition. That means those the growth of those organ which is takes place rapidly in that condition, if the stress condition is there, they are mostly get affected. Then the expansion of the cells as well as the cell division are reduced due to the moisture stress condition. Then that finally resulting in the decrease in growth of leaves, stem as well as the fruits also. Then the moisture stress affect the germination, leaf area, then leaf expansion as well as the root development. Then root development also. Then the various activities, that means the growth processes which are affected right from the germination of the crop to the development of the root due to the moisture stress condition. Then the moisture stress or the drought also affect on the development of the crop. Generally the moisture stress that delays the maturity. If the stress condition is occur at the development stage of the crop, in that condition it delays the maturity, that means the late maturity of the crop which is takes place under the stress condition. Then however the response will vary with the stage of occurrence of the stress. If the stress occur before the flowering, then the duration of the crop may increases, and when it occurs after the flowering, then the duration of the crop is get decreased. Then which having the relationship between the growth as well as the maturity of the crop, as if the stress condition which is occurs before the flowering condition, in that case the duration of the crop is increases, and if the stress condition which occurs after the flowering stage, then the crop duration may get decreases. Then next one, that is the stress condition, it affect on the reproduction as well as the grain growth also. Then the panicle initiation in cereals, then flowering as well as the anthesis stage are mostly affected with the moisture stress condition. When the drought or the moisture stress condition will be occur at the flowering stage, then the fruits are not produced in that plant, or the whatever the fruits they are produced, they are reduced in number. Then if the stress condition which is occur at the fruit development stage, that result in the into the shrivel grain, that means the half filled grain which are formed if the stress condition which is occurred at the time of the fruit development. Then the stress condition will be occur at the ripening stage, then the length of ripening period that is get affected, that means the ripening period of that crop is get reduced. Then lastly, the stress condition or the moisture state that also affect on the yield of the crops also. Then it affect on the water stress on yield, that depends largely on the what proportion of the dry matter which is produced, which is considered as a useful material to be harvested. Then the yield of any crop which depend on the dry matter production of that crop, and this dry matter which is considered as the useful material and that we have to be harvested. Then when the yield is the biological yield, the effect of moisture stress on yield are much the same as that of the total growth. Then when the yield when the yield consists of the storage organ, as in case of the potato or the sugar beet, it will be sensitive as the total growth such as that on the total growth of that crop. Then we when the yield of the crop consists of the seeds, as in case of the cereal, then moisture stress at the flowering, which is detrimental to the yield of that cereal crop. Then when the fiber or the chemicals where the economic product is a small fractions of the total dry matter, then the moderate stress on the growth does does not have the adverse effect on the yield. So in this way, the moisture stress condition that also affect on the yield of the crop. So in a various stages, the moisture stress or the drought condition that affect variously on the different growth stages of the crop, as right from the germination of the seed to the up to the harvesting of the crop, as well as it also affect on the yield of the crops also. Thank you.